Cards, welcome back to Warrington Town. How's it been since you made the decision to come back?
Well, tonight's obviously first night training with the lads, but it's brilliant to be back. It's a club that I think everybody knows, the connection I've got with, and can't wait to get going.
Is it a case of unfinished business for yourself, obviously, with what happened in your previous spell here and the Super playoff?
I think so, but also it's kind of a bit of a new start as well. Obviously, we're in a division up. We've obviously got a job on. So it's a little bit like when I came in last time in that sense, but obviously the difference being I know probably 75% of the dressing room in terms of players. There's a lot of players who if I didn't sign, I spoke to about coming here, and there's obviously an element of players who did sign as well. So I think there's 7 or 8 in there who I've brought to the club. So from that side of it, it's not like I don't know lads in there. So hoping that should make it a little bit easier. But I'm not daft enough to think that it's plain sailing, because it's not. But ready to get stuck in and get working.
What is it about the job when it came up that made you want to come back?
Obviously the connection I've got with the club from being here for 5 years, and obviously the chairman well, and again the players, and I think you might have touched on it about unfinished business to a degree, in terms of proving this level, that we can be at this level, which happened last season. We've got to make it happen this season, and I want to be able to make that happen.
What are the expectations, both from yourself and what have been placed upon you?
The expectations, obviously we need to, first and foremost, we need to maintain our status in this league. Now, that's not to say we're just wanting to scrap and stay up, but if that's what it needs to look like, then that's what it'll need to look like. But I believe that there's some good players in the club. It goes without saying we need to win a few more games, which I know Mark was obviously trying to do. We speak 2 and 3 times a day, still, and always have done and always will do. And he bounced things off me, I'd bounce things off him as if we were still working together, which some people might find a little bit hard to believe, but it's true. We were on the phone late last night and this morning, so from a point of view of what needs to be done, nothing's really changed. We need to make sure we start picking up a few wins, start scoring a few goals, and making sure we're established in this league for not just now, not just this season or last season, but moving forward for many years.
The ambition of the club has always been there, and of course now you come back, you've seen some of the changes that have happened over the last 12 months. There's still that eagerness from everyone to drive forward and fulfil the potential for football in Warrington. Yeah,
that's always been the case, and year on in we were always striving to improve. Might be something as insignificant as painting the perimeter fence all the one colour, or new dugouts, or changing room upgrades, and then obviously you're progressing onto the ground and how the ground looks, and the capacity requirements and the seating requirements for the league, and that should never go away. Whatever you determine success on the pitch, off the pitch, the club has been massively successful in terms of those developments. But I think there has to be a lot of credit where it's due to what Bees has done with the lads, especially last season.
Since you left, the fan base has grown significantly. Average crowds are up and things like that. What's your message to those fans, and how much you're looking forward to seeing some familiar faces?
Yeah, I mean, when I left, the fans were brilliant. When I was here last, the fans were brilliant, and again, it's no surprise that the growth in terms of the numbers. It was always on the up from, I think, when I came in. It was, 150 odd, and then when I left it was, you know, maybe 5, maybe a bit more, and then it's obviously grown again, and that's obviously a big sign of progression in both ways, in terms of the match day experience of what they see on the pitch and what the facility is now. And you know, we've just got to keep striving to make those numbers grow, and the way we do that is by winning games. And you know, one thing about the club is it's always been united, it's always been together. You know, people will always have opinions and different opinions, and opinions on players and opinions on staff, managers, chairman, and that'll never go away, because it happens at every club. But the biggest thing, which is the most obvious thing, is to back the players on the pitch, because they're the ones who ultimately, with support, will perform a lot better. And that's been evident with the success over the years, and seeing a good product on the pitch. But that good product's always been backed and always been supported, and that's got to be a benchmark for us as a club to maintain.
Just one from me, Cards. I mean, you come in at a time where, you know, you've not got a game for a couple of weeks, so you spoke about the familiarity you've got with a lot of the squad, but you've now got sort of 4 or 5 training sessions before you play again to really drill down on what you want from these players, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely, and obviously I watched the game back on VO, and I, like you say, I know how the majority of the players play, so I know what the capabilities are, and it's, listen, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. It's never been my style to try and claim to be something I'm not. The encouragement the players will get from me is the same message as what's been before, and that's just play to your strengths, give your all, play to each other's strengths, and with the ability that's in the group. If we can do that, match with, you know, support from the crowd, which I know happens, then we won't be far away from winning a lot more games than we don't, put it that way.